All right, let's talk about something really tough. We're diving into why it's so incredibly hard to break free from addiction. And to do that, we're going to lean on the perspective of someone who really gets it, not just as a counselor with over 2 decades of experience, but as someone who's been through it all themselves. This is a question that causes so much pain and confusion. You see the consequences, right? They're crystal clear. So why can't they just stop? It's that exact misunderstanding, that idea of just stopping, that we're really going to unpack today. And to really get to the heart of this, we're looking at it through the eyes of someone who's seen it from both sides. I mean, they've counseled thousands of people, but they've also lived this journey themselves. This isn't some textbook theory. This is real. It's grounded in some seriously profound lived experience. So here's how we're going to break this down. The source material frames this whole struggle as the four walls of resistance. First, the psychological battle, then the environmental and social hurdles. After that, we'll get into the brain's biology, and finally, those deeply ingrained behaviors. And at the end, we'll tie it all together to see the bigger picture. All right, let's get right into it with wall number one, the psychological battle. This is the fight within. It's that war that's raging entirely inside someone's head, and a lot of the time, the people around them have no idea it's even happening. So here's a really crucial thing to get. Addiction is almost never just about the drug or the drink. Usually it's a symptom. It's a way of coping, a really powerful, even if it's destructive, way of dealing with stuff. It's a temporary escape from some kind of deep emotional pain. And when that's your only escape hatch, the idea of living without it, well, that's absolutely terrifying. And that terror, it leads straight to one of the most powerful defenses the mind has, denial. I mean, come on, we've all heard some version of this, right? I'm fine, I can quit whenever I want. It's not about lying, really. It's about the brain protecting itself. Because facing the full reality of the situation, it can feel completely, totally overwhelming. And to make things even more complicated, addiction rarely shows up to the party alone. Nope, it usually brings its buddies along. Trauma, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. So imagine trying to fight a battle on 2 or even 3 or 4 fronts at the same time. It just makes that climb to recovery so much steeper. Okay, so that's the battle inside. But what about the world outside? That brings us to our second wall, the environmental and social hurdles. This is all about the world around you. Just try to put yourself in these shoes for a second. On one side, you've got your whole life, your friends, your habits, the places you go, a whole world where your behavior feels, well, normal. Then on the other side, there's recovery. It's a total unknown. To walk away from everything and everyone you know, man, that is a monumental, almost impossible feeling task. And it's not just about your friends either. There are so many other outside pressures pushing you back. You've got peer pressure, maybe some really complicated family dynamics, people who enable the behavior without even realizing it, and then there's this massive weight of social stigma, that shame and guilt. Throw in real-world problems like not having enough money, and it can literally feel like the entire world is stacked against you. Okay, we've talked about the mind and the outside world. Now let's talk about the body itself, the physical reality of all this. This is our third wall, the brain's biology. This is so important to understand. Addiction isn't just a choice. It literally rewires your brain. It physically changes its structure and how it works. Think of it like the brain's GPS getting totally hijacked. All the routes get rerouted, and every single road starts leading back to that one destination. And this rewiring, it directly messes with the parts of your brain that control decision-making, impulse control, even how you regulate your emotion. And this rewiring is exactly why withdrawal is such a monster. We're talking about something that can be physically and emotionally agonizing. It's so bad that the fear of going through it, just the fear, is often enough to keep someone from even thinking about stopping. It's a huge barrier. So, that brain rewiring we just talked about, well, it leads us straight to our fourth and final wall, deeply ingrained behaviors. We're talking about the incredible power of habit. These are the things that become so automatic you don't even think about them anymore. And this is the loop right here. This is what makes relapse so common and so tricky. It all starts with a trigger. Could be a person, a place, even just a feeling. Boom. That trigger lights up this powerful, overwhelming craving. And that craving just pulls you right back into that old, automatic behavior. Breaking that cycle, it has almost nothing to do with willpower. It's about building brand new roads in the brain. learning entirely new ways to handle those triggers.
Okay, so when you put all this together, you start to see something really important. This isn't about a lack of willpower, not at all. We need to see it for what it really is, a fortress. A fortress built from four powerful, interconnected walls that reinforce each other.
So let's just recap this fortress, right? You've got the psychological wall, which is all about denial and escaping pain. You've got the environmental wall of social pressure and shame. Then there's the biological wall with a brain that's literally been rewired. And finally, the behavioral wall of those automatic habit loops. See, it's not just one thing. It's all of them locked together that makes this such an incredible challenge to overcome. But here's the thing. Seeing this fortress, understanding how it's built, that's not a reason to give up hope. It's the opposite. It's the first, most crucial step. It helps us understand the real fight. It shows us that recovery isn't about just trying harder. It's about finding the right tools and strategies to tackle each one of these walls, which really leaves us with the most important question of all. Now that we can see the walls, how do we start building the bridges?